All right, so hey everybody, Blood Moon Bobby here. So first of all, I'd just like to say I'm sorry last week I wasn't able to do the stream, but here I am, here again to play Wii Sports Resort. I did say last time I had such a fun experience that I didn't mind doing an encore, so to speak. I'm definitely going to be also maybe trying out a few other sports today on top of the ones that I played last time. So and also, I just like to say happy Lunar New Year to everybody. So I hope you're going to be able to spend the day eating lots of food and spending time with family, maybe getting some red envelopes. That's always fun. So let's start the new year with another game of Wii Sports Resort. I mentioned last time that oftentimes when I do Q&As, this is one of the games that I think really invokes a lot of nostalgia and people have a lot of fun discussing it. So, and I also do too. It's still definitely one of my favorite games from the original Nintendo Wii. So, as I often do, I'll go through the bowling games first. But yeah, let me know in the comments how has it been the last couple weeks? If you're celebrating Lunar New Year, do you have plans? I know that for me growing up, Lunar New Year often meant getting to see my relatives and eating lots of food. Like last night, my mom and sister cooked a wonderful dinner with crabs, so that was a lot of fun. Got a couple red envelopes myself. Yeah. So doing the bowling, it kind of reminds me of the 2 points in my life where I did bowling when I was younger. One was that I actually used to take bowling classes when I was in elementary school with my sister, and then the second time bowling came back was when I was in or high school, and I would go up to my cross country team's camp in Mammoth Lakes in Northern California, and we would go bowling on like one of the days that we were up there. So that was always fun. It'd probably be cool if I could take up bowling once again in real life, but still. Doing it on the Wii or even the Nintendo Switch because you're using, the controller and literally swinging it, it's a good alternative. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oh, didn't get any pins, but that's okay. Oh, didn't get that one. It's alright. Ooh, strike! Kind of find it funny, all those memes that use the strike icons from Wii. Probably Wii Sports, the original one, is even more iconic. Oh, didn't get that one. Notice a couple of the Mii's you see in the background of Aang from Avatar, Mario. They're from the Check Me Out channel. I think that Mii that's bowling right next to me is also from the Check Me Out channel. Definitely missed that channel, also known as the Mii Contest channel. I think in like Europe. So I kind of wish that would come back for the Nintendo Switch successor because I really miss those channels. Maybe even a Flipnote Studio, if you remember that from the Nintendo DSi. Like if all the channels from the Wii and Flipnote Hatena came back for the Switch successor, I think that would be awesome. Especially now that I don't think Nintendo would have to worry that people are going to confuse whatever the Switch successor is going to be for um, the original Wii. So yeah. So we'll do the two other bowling matches, and then we'll try one of the sports that I haven't streamed before. Yeah, so again, you see a couple of the Miis, like, again, the Mii from Avatar. Um, one of them is supposed to be one of the characters. I think it's one of the Hokage, if you watch Naruto. Another one who looks like Gur from Invader Zim. So all from the Check Me Out channel, always welcome. And speaking of Naruto, there's a Mii of Naruto over there. And there's another Mii of Waluigi that we got from the Check Me Out channel. And speaking of Avatar, I will be doing a review of the upcoming Netflix show. I kind of didn't really want to talk. I've heard there's like a lot of quite a few changes that the showrunners of the Netflix version made. At this point, I've heard so many of those stories where I'm just like, I just want to watch the show itself instead of like, you know, making like, you know, like 5 videos talking about all the changes. Like, I've heard something about how apparently like the Avatar state works differently and stuff like that. At this point, I'm just hoping that there are like good changes that either make sense, maybe even improve the story, even though the story of Avatar, or I think, you know, is close to perfect, honestly. You know, I mean, there's a couple of things that are a little plot hole-ish, but it's the kind of thing where it's just really hard for me to imagine what could they do better. Almost a strike. Hello, Robbie. Yeah, it's harder to do here just because there's like far more pins than the regular bowling match. But maybe I could get a strike when I do the spin control after. Maybe I could get a spare? Let's see. But yeah, Robbie, how have you been? Ah, man, I didn't. Yeah. Also, lately, speaking of the chat, I've been kind of thinking of when I used to do YouTube streams, I would actually have the chat on screen. I've been kind of considering bringing that back at some point. Maybe even in like the stream I'll do next weekend. That was a strike. I don't think I ever got one on 100. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, on the 7th frame, I got a strike. Could I at least get a spare? I've been talking so much that I honestly forgot that I did get a strike. Okay, pretty good. Right, so we'll do spin control and then do try out maybe like the Frisbee game, because I didn't do that the last time I streamed Wii Sports Resort. Would be good to have chat on stream if you posted them as videos. Yeah, because I've noticed that quite a few Twitch streamers do that, so it's something I'd like to do. I used to do that in my YouTube stream, so I could bring that back. Okay. Joined by me of Homer Simpson, one of Samus, again from the Check Me Out channel / me contest channel. think so. Oh, hit the barrier, but otherwise, I knocked down some pins. Oh. Apparently Wii U is backwards compatible, so was looking at buying Wii Sports Resort and getting it set back up. Yes, that's true. And I'm actually streaming today using my Wii U simply because it's much easier to do streams of Wii games from a Wii U than it is from the original Wii. Because the Wii U has an HDMI port, and you know, of course, my capture card has an HDMI port. I don't have one of those RCA ones that the original Wii would probably use. I wonder if some people even would go as far as to modify their original like Wii consoles so that they could use an HDMI capture card. Yeah. I would even argue that one upside of streaming Wii games from Wii U is that the Wii U, because it has more powerful hardware, it's able to kind of enhance the graphics so that it would look better than if streamed from a regular Wii, at least using a RCA capture card. Oh, this one looks tricky. Let's see if I could even do it. Oh, okay, that time it worked. Great as all these years, I could have played Wii Sports, yeah. Heck, maybe even next weekend. I know I'm kind of going out of order, but I'd be down to play the original Wii Sports. But actually, I feel like something like that I would save for when my sister is able to do these streams again after she graduates law school. Okay, finished. So now we can begin the other games. So not 100, but still.
Congratulations!
Cool. And it had obstacle courses. The original Wii Sports? So I said, okay, well I said Frisbee, so let's give Frisbee Dog a try. Yeah, I'm not sure if I played Frisbee before. Recommended for beginners. Okay, so I'll just do the automatic style. Right-handed. I was going to ask where Penny has been because I haven't seen her in a while. Yeah, so she went back to law school, so the next time you see her will be this coming summer. Keep a secure grip on the Wii remote. Okay, hold the Wii horizontally and draw your arm back to take aim. Swing the Wii remote toward the target area and give your wrist a flick to send it flying. Okay. Change the angle of the Frisbee to throw it in a curve. Try experimenting a little. This time I went to the left a bit. Or I could get an emulator one, but I don't know. I also need to get a sensor bar. No, the balance board game I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, that was for, I think, Wii Fit, which I have, but I haven't played that in years. Might even be like a good, like, sort of physical activity for me to do, because lately I've been looking into doing like much more like kind of motion control games, or just much more physical activities in general to help me deal with weekly stress. But yeah, I seem to be doing pretty well here. Tilt the disc up a little so when you throw it to make it float higher and travel farther. Oh, that did not go so well. But okay, let's see. Next step is to learn how to aim for a target and angle the disc in different ways to make it fly in a curve. See how many balloons you could pop in one throw, and then press minus to quit practicing. Two balloons. Maybe I'll practice a bit here. To improve your throwing accuracy, try turning your body toward the target. Seem to be throwing it a bit to the left. Maybe I'll try throwing it more to the right. When you, the direction the frisbee flies depends on when you snap your wrist. I guess just don't making it go to the left. Let me try that again. Okay, yeah, so that time I swung my wrist to the right. Try turning your body toward the target. Let's see how I do. I'm in the regular mode now. Just don't swing too hard, yeah. Okay, now you can see where I'm supposed to throw the frisbee. Okay. Kind of makes me feel like I'm playing Nintendo since you're interacting with a dog here. Okay, so let's try. Oh, that was not good that time. Keep the Wii remote level. Okay, that time was much better. So wonder how that would go now. Oh, shoot, too far to the left. So maybe go this way? Let's see. Maybe that's too far to the right. Oh. Balloon challenge. Yeah, so like I said, I don't think I've really done the Frisbee mode, so this is my first time. Ugh, I keep going too far to the left. Just relax and throw naturally. Okay, that time I was able to even get to the center. I really recommend different forms of exercise to distress. And as for me lately, I've actually been doing... My sister and I, we would do like a form of jogging. Is that too far to the left? Yeah. So for me, it just takes practice. I mean, I think it's something that is different between how my sister and I learn things like this is I tend to be the person where I need a lot of experience to get decent at trying something new. Whereas my sister, I think, could pick up on things like a lot faster than me. So that's actually why, in practice, I think she's a much better like driver than me when we were learning how to drive. But I was the person who understood at least some of the like inner workings of car. So let's try this way. Okay, yeah, this is much better. Didn't get the balloon, but still on target. But yeah, it's always good to try different like forms of exercise. It's just that for me, as a person who is never really like a super athletic person, I always just stuck with like cross country running and jogging. Like I always felt like for me, I was good at the sports where you don't have to pick up like a basketball, baseball. Don't even ask me about baseball. I'm just I kind of suck at it. Maybe let's try doing one of the sports that requires the nunchuck. Excuse me, do I have the nunchuck down here? No, I do not. Give me a second. I'm gonna go get a nunchuck. I am awful at jogging. I like walks, but I like playing tennis, basketball, and football, which I'm decent at all of them. Yeah, that's really cool. I think that's really awesome that you could play those sports. I guess going back to what I said about how I was, I tended to be better at like sports that don't involve picking up, baseball, basketball, whatever. I guess the one exception to that rule is bowling, which I'm okay at in real life. But the difference is that when I was learning to bowl as a kid, I had like bumpers put up on the gutter so that my ball wouldn't land on it. When I actually tried bowling without the bumpers, it actually took some practice for me to get it right. But yeah. Um, so let's see. Archery. But yeah, taking a walk is really nice. It's the, physical activity that I think a lot of people could do. So let's see. Beginner. Oh wait, do you have to like? Oh, you have to like kind of swap your hands if you're right-handed like me. So I actually have to hold the Wiimote in my left hand and the nunchuck on my right hand. Okay. Hold the Wiimote upright. Hold A to raise your bowl. Z draws the bowl. Oh yes, I see. Yeah, that's cool.
9,
Okay. Okay, so the Wiimote aims. Did I get a 10? Sweet. Yeah. I've only tried archery once in my life. That was when I was in the 6th grade, when I was about 11 years old. I got to try archery at the school camp. But I was terrible at it, so that's why I, never really pursued it. But yeah, wow, in comparison to Frisbee, I'm actually doing much better with archery. So I guess it was just kind of a matter of, like, just finding what you're good at, so to speak. Cool. I think that's a 9.
9,
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I could even start doing the archery much more regularly, because even before I started doing streams, I never really did the archery. Like, I would only play it maybe once or twice. Oh. Kind of low, but at least I hit the target in some way. Okay, that was much better.
8,
Okay. 5. But yeah, as you can see, as the game progresses, it just gets harder and harder, I guess you could say. So yeah, I missed the target. Oh well. But yeah, this is still like cool for me to try out. Oh, am I gonna miss it? Oh well. Can I at least get one?
1,
Okay. So yeah, that was pretty good. Like one of the few times I tried archery. Ooh, Penny got 100. Okay. I'm really weird. I write with my left hand, but play every sport and do everything else with my right hand. I guess I'm kind of like that myself. Although in my case, I always write with my right hand. But when I'm eating dinner, for instance, if I use a fork and knife, I hold the fork in my left hand and use my right hand to cut the food. Like if I'm eating a steak or chicken. So, yeah, I don't know what it is about me. That's always been a sort of, I guess, inconsistent habit of mine. So let's do power cruising. I mean, just the fact that I'm playing a lot of these sports that I never really did before, or very few times, I think is a really like cool thing. I mean, I think for me, I've always just been more a believer of you have to have an enthusiasm for trying new things, or else it's just going to be stagnant. Let's start with basic pointers. Okay. Oh, so you push A to get the get it going. You move the Wiimote nunchuck to steer. Yeah. And then you kind of push the nunchuck and the Wiimote to sort of accelerate even further. Yeah. Kind of makes me feel like I'm James Bond here. B to go forward. Twist the Wiimote and hold B for a speed boost. Try pressing A. But yeah, it just occurred to me to push A, so I guess it's either way, it could work. Time your speed boost well for maximum speed. And I guess don't crash into any boats or rocks. Just relax and enjoy the ride. Okay, now I can give it a speed boost. Okay, so let's give it a try. I see a Pikachu emoji. To me, that seems weird. I don't see how it is natural as a left-hand person. Alright, let's do this. And there's a time limit. So I guess get into each of the goals. Whoa, almost missed it there. Especially, yeah, when it starts getting down to like the last 5 seconds, that's when you really need the speed boost. But you can't just get addicted to the speed boost or else you're going to miss the target. Okay. Whoa, can I at least make it into the regular goal? Yeah, that's what I mean there. Like, there I almost lost control. Like, well, well, oh, man. Yeah, so I missed one of the targets, but that's okay. At least they still kept me going. I was kind of worried that if I didn't get into the target, they might even, like, disqualify me. But that's okay. Yeah. Huh. I noticed there are times where, like, I'm not even, like, pushing the Wiimote and nunchuck, and it still thinks I'm trying to do a speed boost. Okay, so first time doing this, that's pretty cool. Oh, so I guess I did play it before. It's just been a really long time. Okay. Alright, let's, I want to do the wakeboarding again. I really like, the wakeboarding. I'm tempted to do cycling, but my arms are kind of tired. So, the nunchuck is kind of caught, in my wrist strap, but I got it. Yeah. I'm not sure if this is the case for most people, but I think one of the reasons I like doing a physical activity when I'm feeling stressed is because instead of just letting, like, if you're having a crazy work day and just letting all that, like, stress sort of, like, build up, when you do something physical, like even playing, you know, like Wii Sports Resort, it gives that stress a place to go. Now we're doing wakeboarding. But yeah, it's been fun doing the power cruising and the archery. Oh. Oh. Wii Remote is kind of slipping out of the jacket. But yeah, So all this like talk I'm having of like, you know, how I think exercise is a really good thing, and you know, my cross country days. It's part of why I'm really into the Olympic mascots. Which, by the way, Robbie, if you're still there, did you hear that Italy has new Olympic mascots? Which I've actually filmed a video on like the new mascots for the upcoming Milan and Cortina Olympics. Which that video I'll probably post tomorrow. Um, yeah, I just have to edit it. It's filmed. I just have to put it together. Yeah, I'm trying to land like sort of like, you know, flatly on the water, because if I land like in at a sort of angle, I'm gonna go end up dipping into the water, which that causes me to not get points. Yeah, wakeboarding. I'd say the two sports, well, three, I should say, that I spent the most time with when I was younger in Wii Sports Resort were the bowling, the airplane, and the wakeboarding game. Let's see if I can get some more points. Cool. I think I saw something from you saying, I think it was Instagram, about the mascots. Yeah. So the new mascots are Tina is the Olympic mascot. Um, Milo is the Paralympic mascot. They're both stoats, and they're joined by floral friends called the Flow. So I think that they're really cute. Definitely some of my favorite mascots to come out of Italy. And I think it's really fascinating that, at least officially, I think this is one of the like few times where two cities have teamed up to co-host an Olympics. I mean, there's definitely been most Olympic games, they usually spread out the games among multiple cities. Like for example, I think about how like during the 2008 Olympics, not all the events were held in Beijing itself. I remember, I think they held like the equestrian in Hong Kong. So, but in terms of like two cities sharing the official hosting, at least in terms of the name, I think this is one of the very few examples. Or another one I could think of is, I think during the 56 Summer Olympics in Melbourne, Australia, they had to have the equestrian in Sweden. But in that case, they didn't call it the Melbourne Stockholm Olympics. They just called it the Melbourne Olympics. All right, so skydiving, gotta find other me's to skydive with, take pictures with. But yeah, I think it's really awesome that Italy is hosting the Winter Games again, because I didn't get to watch the 2006 Winter Olympics, which were the last time the games were held in Italy. It's interesting because I feel like Italy is most associated with the summer, and yet most of the Olympics that were held in Italy were winter games. You know, like the Turin Games 2006, the Milan Olympics that are coming up in 2026. The only time Italy held the summer games was 1960 in Rome, which my memory, if I remember correctly, I think that was the Olympics that Muhammad Ali competed in, for reference, or Abebe Bikila from, I think, Ethiopia. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Yeah, Bakila is definitely one of my favorite athletes to learn about, especially I'm as a runner myself. Hasn't haven't competed in marathons. I'm a cross country runner, but that's really awesome. So yeah, something I learned last time is you should try to like face the camera. Naruto me, Lisa Simpson again from the Check Me Out channel. Cool. Come on, get some more knees. Okay, now we're getting to the final like formation. Let's go this way. want to go too fast or else I'm going to miss the Mies. Face the camera, try to get it centered. I feel like my photography professor back in college would say, oh, come on, you can come up with a more creative composition, but let's see. How does the basketball game work? I suppose, but Italy is famous for the Alps, which they share with multiple countries. Like, I think, what are the countries that are in the Alps? I know France is one, Liechtenstein. I'm sure there's many others that people in the chat could let me know. Switzerland, definitely. Okay. Yeah, so France, Switzerland. I don't want to like incorrectly guess one, but the ones I instantly think of are like France, Switzerland, Italy, Liechtenstein. I think there's like a total of 7 countries where that have the Alps. The basketball one, I don't really want to do the pickup game, but you could see that there are 2 games for basketball: the 3-point contest, the pickup game. I don't know how well I would do in the pickup game, but I could play the 3-point contest. I've technically been to Switzerland. I stayed the night there while going to Italy, which is awesome. I would like to go to Switzerland myself. I have coworkers that have been to Switzerland. But yeah, if I go, it would actually be the first time I would be like traveling to a country outside of North America. I've been to Canada and technically Mexico. My cruise, the cruise I went on when I was 4 years old, went into Mexico. But I didn't actually get to go onto the land itself. Okay, that time I got it. Yes. So you can see, at least this is what the 3-point game would look like. I'm sure if you go on like YouTube, you could find people doing the that other basketball game. Yeah, I learned from last time, try not to throw the ball like really hard. I think that was the mistake I made, is just like throwing the ball too hard. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm not good at basketball in real life, in case you're wondering. It is one of my favorite sports to photograph, though. I used to photograph a lot of basketball games in high school and college. So, yeah, I need practice. I see, very expensive to be in Italy. Yeah, so it's okay. Did basketball, we could chill out doing the island flyover. I've never been outside of Europe, technically, but Canary Island kind of counts as Africa. I see. Yeah, I remember I actually visited Vancouver right before they held the Winter Olympics in 2010, and I feel like, I mean, I kind of wish I could do like a sort of Olympic tradition where I get to go there at least before they hold the Olympics. So like the next Olympics, for example, is the Paris one that's coming this summer. So for me, if I had it my way, I could probably travel to Paris. I mean, I have like friends who've been to Paris, so that would be really cool if I got the experience myself. Yeah. As I mentioned before, my previous Wii Sports Resort stream, I really hope they make, like, if they're not going to make a Wii Sports Resort for the Switch's successor, I hope they at least make a Pilot Wings game, because I really like the Pilot Wings game for the Nintendo 3DS. Yeah, I think those beeping sounds, they're coming from the lighthouse. Ooh, could I get that? Or am I gonna crash? And I crashed. But they let me keep going, so that's always cool. I suppose I could have gotten it more gracefully by pressing the brake. Even if I crash, I've gotten the Silk Sands icon. Ooh, another one. Wow, this must be my lucky day. Off-road vehicle. Only electric vehicles are allowed to drive on Wuhu Island. You know, when I was, counselor for my high school cross-country camp, I remember one of probably the biggest highlight of the trip was I was able to complete this hike to this place called the Laurel Lakes in Mammoth, and it was like a 4.5 mile hike. Really difficult to do, especially like because I have altitude sickness, so I couldn't really run the entire hike. But as a counselor, they allowed me to walk most of it. I tried to do some jogging, but I ended up walking it. But I was really happy when I got to the lake, and I think because I wasn't a student anymore, they allowed me to like walk it. I imagine if I was a student, they would try to make me do more mixture of walking and running. So yeah, that was really fun. It was genuinely encouraging, that I was able to complete that 4.5 mile hike. As somebody that doesn't even usually run 4 miles in my cross country days, I, most of the runs I would do would be like between 2 and 3 miles. There would be the occasional 4 mile run later in the season, but it was not very often that I would want to run that much. Especially as somebody that when I first joined the team, I could barely run a mile. But if I were to go back to the Laurel Lakes, I'd actually like to try it in like a off-road capable, maybe SUV. Like I'd be even down to rent something like a Toyota 4Runner, a Land Rover, or a Jeep. Just so I could get to experience any of those cars. Since I don't live in an area that requires driving such a vehicle, but to get the experience, I think would be really awesome. I don't know if somebody has been to like the Laurel Lakes. I know there's like a sign saying, I think like off-road vehicles only or something to that effect. Let me know if it's possible to drive like a Ford Bronco or like a Land Rover Defender through that area. Oh, cool. So I completed the main list of locations. Hmm. I can now fly at night, so let's actually do that. And see, this is what I mean. Sometimes, you lose, like when I did the basketball or even the frisbee. But then there are moments like these where you're genuinely surprised that you accomplished something. Do I dare go to the golf course over there? Since they're giving me, I think, more time to do it, so let's go to the golf course. At least I think that's the golf course. May want to hurry up a bit just in case, just because I don't want to just like fly over, water for like a majority of the time. Is that the golf course or is that something else? are those? Are they like extra airplanes? Yeah, I think so. There we go. But I already got that, so we don't have to go there. You want to go to Australia? I reckon for at least 4 weeks. Yeah, I would like to go myself. If I could go to Australia, I would definitely visit all three of their Olympic cities: Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Which Brisbane is going to host the Summer Games in 2032. So I'm definitely really excited. I wanted to see Australia host the games during my lifetime. Technically speaking, I was around when they held the games in Sydney, but I was really young and not into the Olympics at the time. You know, the year 2000, and I was 4 years old. Yeah, the earliest memory I have that involves the Olympics was I think I watched parts of the 2002 games in Salt Lake City, which was also the last time the US held the Olympics. And now they're going to host again in 2028 when the games return to LA, which I'm excited for because my dad actually went to the. I think he went with my grandpa to the '84 Olympics in LA. He said he watched, or they watched track events in the LA Coliseum, um, which I have. I've been to the outside of the LA Coliseum, but I never actually got to like watch like a track meet, or more likely these days you'll probably see a USC football game, which I mean I'd be down to experience if given the opportunity. Which yeah, because I know USC has like a really good volleyball team. Are there more locations around here? I guess we could just fly over. If there is, feel free to let me know. I'm not sure if that's the only thing. Oh, okay, so I've gotten the Crab Rock. So I have been here before. I know in Pilot Wings Resort I've been to the golf course, but I don't usually come here in Wii Sports Resort since it's, far from Wuhu Island. Chase the plane, pop the balloon. Alright, let's head back to the main Wuhu Island. I know someone in Sydney, and I wish I could go while. What's that say? In Melbourne, but I don't know that will work out as I'm wanting to see a racing career at the same time. Yeah. Me personally, and I hope you get the experience. As somebody that has gotten back into cars recently, the closest I could think of in terms of like getting to see a race around here, I'd like to go see the Acura Grand Prix, which is held in Long Beach, California. Which I hope I could go. Last year, I wasn't really sure if I should go, but after seeing pictures from last year's Acura Grand Prix, I really want to try this time. I mean, me personally, not really to see the races, but usually Acura shows off their latest cars. In case you didn't know, Acura, it's Honda's luxury car division. They usually sell most of their cars in like the U.S., Kuwait, not really in Europe though. So if it's the first time you've heard of Acura, that's why. But yeah, didn't really pick up locations, but I got to go to the golf course this time. Oh, I didn't know that. You could actually. Mm, they say you could use the nunchuck, but it looks like a lot of the controls could also be done on the Wiimote. Okay. Whew. A amazing track in the U.S. is Laguna Seca. Heard of them, hardly seen them. Yeah, I've heard of the track in Laguna Seca. Haven't been there myself, but it would probably be a lot of fun to go to. Since I have about 4 more minutes before I end the stream, let's actually do the archery again. I had such a hard time. Excuse me. I had such a good time doing the archery that I'd love to do it again. I'm kind of surprised that I don't really do the archery all that much. Yeah, so archery. Because last time I ended with bowling. This time, because I really enjoyed the archery, I wanted to do it again. All I have to do... Yeah, so I'm gonna end the stream in a few minutes, but I'll be doing archery one last time. I still want to get the hang of the beginner one. But it's been fun getting to do all the sports I didn't get to do last time, like the power cruising, Frisbee. And even though I didn't do so great in Frisbee, I'm just glad I got the opportunity, just because I know that usually when I just stick to these sports that I'm best at, it just gets kind of stale. Because, you know, I do the bowling all the time. Okay, so doing pretty well. Ooh, okay, that's really nice. Okay. 7. So, as I mentioned before, as the game progresses, they set you further away from the target. Oh, you have to adjust to the wind. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it just occurred to me. Yeah, you have to adjust to the wind. Okay. Yeah, so in this case, you have to, like, kind of aim it a little more to the right, I guess? Let's see. Nope, missed it. But I get what you mean. Yeah. It's just that when it gets further away, it's kind of harder to aim. Let's see if I could do the... Okay, I at least got 2? Yeah. So maybe around here? Oh, okay. Okay, so, yeah. So it was nice getting to do the archery again. So I'm gonna end things here for today. So thank you to everybody who has stopped by. It's been really nice getting to play Wii Sports Resort again, and happy Lunar New Year. Next week, I think I'm gonna put out a poll on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it tomorrow. So go follow my Twitter/X account. It's the same name as my Twitch channel, Blood Moon Bobby, because I'll be putting out a poll on some games that I could play next weekend. So go follow me on Twitter/X, and I hope you guys have a really good day today. So follow me on Twitch if you enjoyed the stream. Until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching.